the big story at this hour, and we can start with some good news. India is witnessing a hospitalization rate of 5 to 10% in the third wave. That's what the government has said. However, they have added that the situation is dynamic and it is evolving. But if you compare this to the hospital care needed in the second wave, that was in the range of 20 to 30%. That's what the official data is showing. Let's go across to my colleague Akshay Dongre for more on this. So Akshay, certainly in a sense this is good news, and it complies with the information that we have, and we're seeing where the cases of COVID this time round are milder if that's an Omicron case, but the government still warning that this is not to be taken lightly, because this is an evolving situation and all of this could change at any point.
Well, absolutely, Sarah. All the information that we are getting is just preliminary information. It's very soon to say anything because the situation is indeed dynamic. Things are changing at a very rapid pace. If we look at the R0, which is almost at 2 now, it is the highest ever since the start of the pandemic, which means that more and more people are infecting others as far as the virus is concerned. So we are seeing a rapid rise in the number of cases, something that is unprecedented. Because if we look at the number of cases, for example, if we look at Delhi, then on 21st December, the positivity rate was just 0.2%. Today, it is about 23%, which is like a 10,000% rise in the number of positivity, in the percentage of positivity in just about 20 days. So, yes, the situation is dynamic. It is, in fact, changing every day. But one thing that we have seen, Sarah, that has been very important is that the cases, when they start to come up, hospitalization usually rises about 1 to 2 weeks later. Because in most of the cases, the situation deteriorates, the health deteriorates of the patient after a period of 1 to 2 weeks. So it's too early to say anything. But the government has in fact asked the states and union territories to be on their guard, to be prepared for any change in the number of hospitalization. And while the percentage, as you rightly mentioned, is like 5 to 10% according to the government, it can change at any time. So the government has asked the states and the union territories, the governments there, to keep a stock of all the precautionary medical infrastructure as far as ICU beds are concerned, ventilatory supports are concerned. They have to get all of them in the best shape possible and increase the number of beds in the hospital as well. Cases under home isolation have also have to be taken care of. So all the health facilities have to be on any kind of, they have to be prepared for any kind of situation as far as the government's guideline is concerned. Also some communication that has come from the government through 2 detailed guidelines on 8th and 9th of January. The government has asked the state governments to in fact utilize MBBS students of final year, interns, senior resident doctors, junior resident doctors, as well as the BSc nursing students of 3rd and 4th year and MSc nursing student of 1st and 2nd year, so that there is a shortage of healthcare workers in these hospitals. So when you increase beds, you also need healthcare workers, doctors, nurses to take care of them. And as we are seeing, number of healthcare workers are testing positive themselves. It is very important to keep people on standby, so that if there is increased positivity or increased infection among the healthcare workers, these healthcare workers can be used in any emergency situation, Sarah.
All right. Thanks for that, Akshay. We will, of course, come back to you for more on this.